Stan Kroenke, this message is for you. Straight from the heart of every Arsenal fan sat watching this video. Arteta, get out! Get out! Mikel Arteta has given everything to this club.
We're not in a title race, we're in a fucking battle for scraps like pigeons fighting over a chip.
The way he's built this team, the way the players believe in him.
We are fucking shit, mate.
The way the fans feel a sense of unity that was missing for so many years. We've gone from a team that was drifting to a team that's hungry for success.
I feel like I need to hold finishing workshops at training. Might as well teach them how to lace their boots properly while I'm at it. Honestly, if I was out any longer, we'd be out of the top 4.
But Stan, hunger isn't enough. It never is. This window was the moment. The chance to take this team to the next level. And yet here we are, still waiting for investment that should have been made.
Arteta has spent over 700 million, yeah, and you man got nothing up top, blood.
Still waiting for the signings that could have tipped us over the finish line. Still waiting for you to show us that you actually care.
I rated the window as a 7 out of 10. I think Arsenal have had a very good window.
The squad is thin, too thin. The injuries will come. Fatigue will set in. The pressure will mount.
This is the only bottle we'll be lifting this season. It has called the bottled it again, water bottle.
And when it does, we'll look at what we have and wonder why. When we were so close, you chose not to give us what we needed.
At this point, I might as well sack myself since the club won't do it. I don't know what else I have to do to get sacked.
Instead, we're left with a sense of disappointment, a sense of what could have been. We're not asking for miracles, we're asking for the commitment to make this dream a reality.
The ownership pets my Lego head after every match telling me how beautiful it is. They can't keep glazing me.
We're asking for the belief that we're not just here to compete for top 4, but for trophies. Proper trophies. For glory. For the future of Arsenal Football Club. Stan, I want you to do one thing. Sign
Roberto Di Matteo, mate.
Is he on fucking space? Oh, what? You know what I mean? He must be on space.
Hold that. Hold that. Anyway, we are back again. StreamYard Stinker and Hooked. We ain't got long because the game kicks off in 10 minutes, but I'll probably be about 20 minutes late. Matty, DJB, I know you're going to join the stream. So if you are watching, I'll be about 10 minutes late for that. We're going to do about 20 odd minutes. But Shane, how are you, mate? Your link's in the title. Make sure you sub to Shane's channel. What are you saying, bro?
Oh, good. I got my Pinkets jacket on just for this stream. Leave the geezer alone. As you can see, it's the one. It's actually my wife's. That's. I think that speaks volumes for Mr. Pinkets. But yeah, man, I was in your chat earlier. But yeah, no, listen, we're here to talk about whatever you want to talk about. But it's pretty hard to do it without saying just giving it one. Leave the geezer alone.
I need to get that clipped. I can't lie.
Oh, that's guy, man.
That's funny, isn't it? We did invite Pink Eye on, but he didn't want to jump on, guys. We did invite him. He was in my chat chatting absolute bollocks. We did invite him on. He declined the offer, guys. He didn't want to jump on. So, yeah, it is what it is. Apparently, he's coming for me. Not quite sure about all of that, if I'm being honest, mate. I'm not gay, bruv. So, each to their own. It's 2025, but yeah, he jumped in my chat saying he's coming for me.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. You are a transgender.
What shows that I'm gay?
You are a transgender, yes, and you're a gay rights activist and an outspoken lesbian, homosexual. How can I describe you?
Gay. Anyway, bless up to 700 people watching live real quick. I'm doing the Sundowns game. So big up all the South Africa G's in the chat. If you're South African, spam your flags in my chat, guys. Come on. That's how we roll. But we do have breaking news. Fabrizio Romano has dropped breaking news. That Carlos Cuesta, one of our assistant managers, is actually leaving the football club. He's actually going to go and manage Parma, which is a bit of a mazza, if I'm honest. He breaks a record because apparently he's the youngest person ever to manage in Serie A. So good luck to him. He's finally got away from the cult that is Arteta cult. And yeah, next it'll probably be AirPod Albert. What do you make of that, Shane?
I've wanted Arteta for a while to get in assistants that will actually not be yes men. Ferguson used to do it all the time. He used to change assistant every 3 or 4 years when they started to get too, I don't know, maybe comfortable or too, they wouldn't have an opinion. But I don't think Arteta would ever do that. I don't think he wants someone else to have an opinion. I wouldn't mind Bertha choosing who the assistant is. I don't know if that'll happen, but I'd like to see it. But it's another one of the people that have been in his corner that's gone. You know what I mean? There's people leaving the board. There's people being sort of chipped away at. And the less and less support he has, the better he'll be found out. You know what I mean? He's losing his protection now. I hope that we get in an assistant, like I said, that isn't a yes man, but we shall see. We shall see. I do think that it's not that big news to me. It's not like years ago when they just had one assistant and it was almost like a Pat Rice, Arsene Wenger thing where Wenger would listen to Pat Rice. I think when Pat Rice left, we lost a bit, man. Wenger started getting in assistants that were just happy enough to have the job. They didn't really have an opinion. So hopefully, yeah, Santi Cazorla in when someone said, I don't want any ex-players, man, anywhere near this club. As much as I love Santi, I don't want
he's still playing. He scored the other day.
Playing, yeah. He scored the other day, cracking with his so-called bad foot, if he has one. But yeah, look, it's news, I suppose, but it's, you know, I don't think it's that big a deal. He'll just get in another yes man and move forward. But like I said, hopefully Bertha has a bit of a say in it, or Bertha says, oh, I know someone that'll do a job, and then he has a bit more of an insight. So it could be a good thing. If that happens, then it could be a good thing. But I don't really see it as massive news, to be honest with you. It's not like it used to be. They have 3 or 4 assistants these days. So they mightn't even need to get another one in.
No, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where we go from here because obviously, if I go to I actually did this yesterday. We have, if we go to Arsenal staff, make sure you sub into Shane's channel as well. Links in the title, guys. Yeah. If we go to Arsenal staff, let me share the screen real quick. So, right, Carlos Cuesta's leaving. We have Miguel Molina and Albert Stuyvenberg, who's more qualified for the job, by the way, than Super Duper. Yeah. So now we only have 2 assistant managers, guys, because this one's leaving. So are they going to do internal solutions? Or are we actually going to go and get somebody from outside? If we're going to get somebody from outside, it'll probably be somebody from Man City that he knows.
Yeah.
Right, let's just be real with it.
That's my fear, that it'll just be another one of his minions or his sycophants. That's why I want it to be an external. I'd love to hear that it's someone from Atletico or it's someone that Bertha worked with before. That would make me happy if he starts just planting his people around him. But if it's just another Arteta pal, nothing will change. Absolutely nothing will change.
No, facts. Look how many staff members we have, by the way.
Craziness.
This one's the most hilarious of the lot. Staff of the office. What does he make the tea? Does this like cut the lemons and oranges? Like, what does that even mean? Staff of the office. Anyway.
It's not just the office staff, no.
Yeah, what does that even mean? Yeah, what does that even fucking mean? Yeah, big up to everyone locked in. I am going to go live for the game. There's nobody in the stadium, by the way. Literally nobody there.
Yeah. Lawrence was at the PSG game. He just bought a ticket at the turnstile.
Oh, come on, bless. I'm looking at the stadium now. They're walking the players out one by one. There is literally nobody in the stadium. Every stand's empty. Yeah, I'd say we've probably got more people watching this than are in the ground.
It's crazy.
But no, real talk, yeah. Anyway, F this, yeah. Cuesta's going, and good luck to him, yeah. Like, fair play to him. 29 years old, you can't knock it. Yeah, he's going to go and learn his trade. He hasn't been given the keys to one of the biggest clubs in the world. He's actually going to learn his trade in another country. After being an assistant, he's going to go to Parma. And listen, Parma are a very good football club. Yeah, but they're not one of the biggest clubs in Italy. They're a very good club, but they're not an AC Milan, an Inter Milan, a Juve, so on and so forth. Yeah, but good luck to him. Hopefully he does well. Yeah, and hopefully he gets a different playing style to what this idiot's got. But in terms of the transfer window, mixed signals everywhere, Shane. 1 minute we can't afford Sesko, then we can. Then we're going for Gyökeres, now we're not. Now it's Ollie Watkins, then it's not. Then it's, oh shit, we need to sell before we can buy. But like, I'm bored, bro. 17th of June, and I'm bored of this window already, especially when you're seeing Liverpool making moves when they've already come off of the back of pissing a title. You're seeing Man City get most of their job done. Yeah. And if they sign Livramento or any right back, yeah, they would have signed since January a whole new starting 11 for one for every position. And we're sitting there, sitting on our hands going, oh, yeah, well, we don't really want to pay the extra couple of million for Gyökeres. Like, why? Just pay the money, bruv. Like, well, what are you making of all this?
I'm still of the belief that we're not even in for Gyökeres. I don't think we're in for him. I think that Burton might be making some sort of tepid approaches now because Leipzig are acting a bit smart with Sesko, but they're going to do that. That's just the way Sociedad are going to do it with Zubimendi, because we have made it so clear that they're the only two players that we're interested in. We're like that. We want Sesko. It has to be Sesko. We've been waiting 2 years for Sesko, and if it's supply and demand, so of course Leipzig are going to go, well, we can see how desperate you are for him. Throw another 10 million on. So yeah, it's the same thing with this manager. That we could have had a striker in last summer. I know we could have, but he wanted Sesko. Sesko said, I'm going to stay another year here. There's no way that the board said, okay, well, Sesko's not available, so you're not getting a striker. You can guarantee that they would have said to him, well, who else do you want? No, I'll wait. Right, fair enough. Wait. Then in January, he starts saying, oh, we need a striker. But he knew we weren't getting one. That's why he was saying it. As I've said it before, every other press conference for the previous 4 years when he got pushed on, why don't you have a 9? He'd get really hot under the collar and he'd say, well, we get goals from everywhere. Most goals in the calendar year. We don't need a number 9. Why do you question me? Blah, 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 blah. And then suddenly, just this January gone, is when he starts saying it all the time because he knew he wasn't getting one. So all he was doing was putting all the pressure on the board, and he knew what he was doing, because now all the top gooners just say, oh, how many times did he ask for a striker in January? They didn't back him. But they knew they were getting Sesko at the end of the year, and maybe that's falling into trouble now. Or apparently, oh yeah, we have to wait till the 1st of July. Why are we panicking? You have to wait till the 1st of July. Where do these rules come from that only seem to affect us? Why is there rules that just affect us and they don't affect anybody else? Why? I went through all the teams that have signed today on my show. It's only us and 3 others that haven't signed. But Newcastle are very close to naming 3 players. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. Why is there always rules for us that don't apply to everybody else? It's just excuses all the time. And they get away with it. They get away with it because there's all these other channels out there that promote the excuses and tell everybody that this is the way it goes. Why aren't you calming down? You know, you saw that thing with Timmy DeGal when he's on his show saying, I'm really worried. And 4 hours later, he's telling us to calm down about the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? And that's the way they all work. And I'm tired of the excuses. I really am. But they're clever as well with Sesko, because there was a poll done on Sky Sports yesterday. And they said thousands of people voted. Thousands of people of Arsenal fans voted. Who do you want, Sesko or Gyökeres? And Sesko won. So in 3 weeks, that PR machine has convinced every Arsenal fan that this bag of shit is better than Gyökeres. Where if you asked all the Arsenal fans a month ago and said, who do you want? En masse, they would have said Gyökeres. En masse, they would have said it. But because they know Arteta's going for him and the PR machine has been changing it, thousands of people were asked, and they said Sesko won. So they've already convinced them that Sesko, I've seen him compared to, he's the new Anelka. According to Moni Penner, he's the new Ibrahimovic. And he's the new Robin Van Persie, I heard as well. If he's a mix of the 3 of them, then we're laughing. But he's not. And they've managed to PR change everything now, that people are gassing this lad up like he's going to save us. But Arsenal are also clever, leaving it so long and starving us all that even us are going, do you know what, I'd even take Sesko now. At least he's a striker. You know what I mean? At least he's a striker. But it's, you know, I don't know. I can't get excited. It's PTSD, as View says. It's just Arsenal PTSD. We've been let down.
But this is what they did with Sterling, though. Yeah, David Ornstein, the biggest fucking PR twat out there. Yeah, the biggest puppet in the game. Yeah, free Palestine in that. Yeah, he posted out on deadline day. Yeah, Arsenal's business is done. They're not going for any other players. No forward positions, nothing. Everyone has a meltdown, and then we accept Sterling.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they do, bro. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. Yeah, let's just be real with it, right? Marmouche left Frankfurt. He left Frankfurt in January. He goes to Man City and scored half of the goals Sesko scored all season whilst he's at City for 5 months. But Sesko still didn't outscore his total at Frankfurt in Germany. That's what we've waited 5 years for.
Yeah.
Are you mad? Yeah, he may or may not be good when he comes into the league. You never know. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, but let's just be real with it. Yeah, the guy that scored nearly 100 goals in 3 seasons, I'd rather take a punt on him for the same price as this geezer.
Exactly.
Yeah, who's 5 years younger. Yeah, who scored fucking about 40 goals. What are we doing here? Yeah,
Well, that's
bro, it's boring, man. And this lot are going to have their pants around their ankles for Zubamendi. Yeah, I beg Real Madrid just put 60 M's in the table, please. I beg. Yeah, because I watched Sociedad. Yeah, you heard what I was saying with a guy the other day. I asked him 8 times how many Sociedad games you watched.
Yeah, he wouldn't. He wouldn't
answer. I watch him every week. He ain't what you think he is. He's a good player, and he is a tidy player. He ain't what you think he is. Yeah, he's not what people think he is. They think he's coming in as Rodri. He's not Rodri, bruv. Yeah,
not even close.
He's basically Granit Xhaka post that pre that one good season. Yeah, he's got nice little passing. Yeah, but you faced your own goal. He's getting dispossessed. You watch it. I'm telling you right now. If we sign Zubamendi and he's facing his own goal, he'll get dispossessed at least a goal at least twice next season.
Yeah, I've been saying that a lot. He won't get the time that he gets. He won't get the time that he gets to turn on the ball. And it's just another way to slow down play again. Why would you get rid of Partey, who was our best midfielder last season? It's just the same shit with this guy. And I've said it before about Partey as well. If Bert has taken him aside and said, I want you to stay. If I was Partey, I'd go, well, he doesn't want me. I'm not staying playing for him. He doesn't want me. He would have made me sign a contract already, but he didn't. And the thing with this Sesko, man, I saw a video today, went up yesterday from fucking Zippy. He put one up.
You're hilarious, bro.
No, he does look like him though. But he put a video up saying why I don't think Gyökeres will work, right? And he just in the background there's all these montage of him missing chances and stuff. Oh yeah, he's good, but is he what we need? I don't think he suits the system. And I'm like, you are clearly on the payroll, mate. Because why are you putting this down? The thing is when they say, oh, but he's playing in Portugal, right? So my argument to that is, okay, he's playing in Portugal. He scored that many goals in Portugal. He won't score that many goals in England. No, you're right, he won't. And he definitely won't for us. With our system, he won't score nearly as many, right? But if you put Sesko in the sporting team for 2 years, would he score as many as fucking Gyökeres scored? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't even come close. So, oh yeah, but he's playing in Portugal. Okay, well, why don't we put Sesko in Portugal then, see how many he gets? Because he's not going to score many more than he does. He got 13 goals last season. 2 of the games he got a brace. So that means he only scored in like 8 or 9 games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
8 games.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like he's banging them in all the time. Oh, but he doesn't start. Oh, really? Well, then why are we signing? We're signing a player that doesn't start all the time for Leipzig, who finished what 8th place, I think 7th or 8th place. It makes no sense to me, man. Gyökeres is scoring goals. He scored a hat-trick against City. I'd say in the last 4 years, we probably scored 3 goals against City ourselves.
Mate, he spun Saliba when we played him. They were getting walloped. He spun Saliba and fucking left him for dead.
Yeah, he's scoring in finals in Portugal when it's needed, last-minute goals. Everything that you want in a forward player, everything that we're missing, everything that we needed when we were drawing 14 games. It's all there. But I've said this for time. Arteta does not want a forward, a ready-made forward to come in, because if a ready-made forward comes in, number one, he'll have to drop Havertz, and he can't be doing that. Nope. And number two, if someone like Gyökeres comes in that scores goals for fun and ends up getting 15 goals, then the question is on Arteta's tactics. Why is he not scoring? Oh yeah, and then the blame's on him. He'd drive this club into the ground before he'd make a decision that might work. Just like against PSG. He doesn't bring Ethan on at all. Throw the kitchen sink at them. No. I'd rather risk everything. I'd rather risk everything for my arrogance and because I'm punishing him. You know what I mean? It's the same stuff, and it goes round and round and round. I saw it again with Zippy today on Dan's, and big up Dan, absolute legend. He said at one point that Dan said he would take a Carabao Cup if we challenge for the league, as in, with 1 or 2 games left, we're still in with a shout. He'd go, give him another year. And he said, like, Egal, no, it has to be a major now, right? Zippy did. He said, no, it has to be a major now. 10 minutes later, they were talking about, it got to the point that we were talking, it's a different subject, but it was that Arsenal could end up with nothing. And Dan said to him, oh, so you'd have to sack him then. Oh, well, context and blah, blah. He can't let it come out of his mouth. He refuses to let it come out of his mouth to sack them. They all do. They refuse to just even use a hypothetical situation where this manager gets sacked. And it's like, how has it gotten to that? I have never, in my lifetime, and I can imagine, because I know Arsenal history, in 140 years, has our stock or our expectations ever been this low? I don't think we have ever been this mediocre, as in our mentality. I don't think it's ever been this low. As in,
no.
We should just be enjoying the ride. And if we somehow put in a challenge, then we should be delighted with that. It's all about the journey and all that. And that's all being done by Arteta and the PR machine. They've over the last 4 or 5 years, they've just gradually lowered the standard that even the mainstream media now are saying, oh, well, Arsenal fans, they need to be grateful for whatever. What Gary Neville went up against us when we finished first and second between us 7 years in a row. He knows what Arsenal stands for. And he's saying that Arsenal fans should be happy with what they have. It's craziness, man. And it's all being done. It's clever what they've done. I'll give them that. It's very clever. But I've never been so ashamed to be an Arsenal fan. Never been so ashamed.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? This comment's class. I'll get the super chats in a second, guys. All right, we've got more people watching this stream than actually in that stadium. Kickoff's delayed, by the way, due to adverse weather. Not quite sure what the adverse weather is. Everyone's in shorts and fucking t-shirt, mate. But anyway, it is delayed. This is how they roll in America. They do the same shit in Spain. But this is a great comment. Imagine pitching a top player to join the club and they posed a question. You talk about us, you talk about the process, but you've lost your director of football and now you're assistant manager in the space of 9 months. Yeah, it's absolute bullshit. Yeah, and this is the thing. Yeah, I was saying this so like I was speaking to an Everton fan. Yeah, like it's about, I think it's touching 60, the old boy. Yeah, like proper fucking lump as well. You wouldn't want to fucking, his hands were like shovels, bro. If he hits you, it's going to hurt. Proper blue nose, yeah? Right? I was chatting to him. I said, he was just talking about the state of football. He goes, how can you be in the Champions League if you ain't the champion?
Yeah.
How does that make sense? And then he was like, how can you do this and that? How are you this and that? Like, he goes, it's all about the money. He goes, there's players that are getting paid 150 grand a week that can't even take a player on. Can't cross the ball. Yeah. He goes, the managers are shit. Now the managers, they're not even fucking managing. They got 25 staff that are managing the game for them. Yeah, they're dictating, micro-managing. He goes, why don't the managers just sit on the bench? Yeah, that's what they used to do. Does Ancelotti micro-manage? No. One of the goats of the game, bruv. I big up Rashid, brother. Big up Matty as well, man. Big up Matty as well, brother. Let me just grab this real quick. Xavi Alonso is very close to Rodrigo. The coach doesn't leave the Brazilian side. He shows him a lot of love. He always asks him how he's doing. He pushes him really hard, pulls in training, to which Rodrigo is responding well. Rodrigo now feels incredibly motivated to perform to the best level. Do you know what's mad, yeah? All of this is from Rodrigo's agent. Every single bit of it. Rodrigo is going to get a new deal at Real Madrid. I've called it already. We are not in for Rodrigo. That is all speculation and bullshit that these top gooners have come out with. Yeah, David Ornstein's jumped on it, free Palestine. And now it's Xavi Alonso prop. Oh my God, he put his arm around him. He's kept him. Then it's, oh, well, he's now getting paid 450 grand a week. Arsenal couldn't pay him that. Yeah, he stayed for the money. And that's how it gets spun. I'm telling you right fucking now. We are not in for Rodrigo, bruv.
Never in for him, Lee. Never, ever were we in for a player like that.
Nope. And let's be real. I'd question his mentality if he left Real Madrid for Arsenal.
Yeah. 100%.
Crazy work. All right, big up to Pablo. Big up again, man. Big up the Sundowns. Yo, bless up to you, bro. This stadium is literally empty. I'd say there's probably about 250 people in the ground, including the staff.
What did they expect?
I'm not even taking the piss. I'd say there's about 250 people in that ground, including the staff, the stewards and all that. Unbelievable. Why is it delayed? It says due to adverse weather, bruv. It's a bit cloudy. Like, get on with it. Was there a lightning storm coming or something? Like, who cares, bruv? The chance of getting struck by lightning are slim. Like me. Anyway, big up Pablo, bruv. Big up to Rizdal. Rodrigo in 10. Rodrigo in 10. Apparently, according to TM Talks Football. I don't know what that means, bruv. Rodrigo in the 10, the number 10. I don't know what you mean,
is
brother.
he going to play there for Madrid, is it? I wonder if that's what he means.
Oh, maybe. Well, that kind of makes sense. They signed Brahim Diaz up to a new deal today as well. In fact, I don't even think there's 250 people there. I think there's probably 150 people there.
I'm looking at it now, man. Is that match ready to start?
Yeah, it's delayed. It should have kicked off 12 minutes ago. Bro, look at the rainbow flag on the left stand. Yeah, embedded in the seats. Look, the seats are rainbow color. Bro, there's about 150 people there. If that.
I'm surprised they're even showing it.
I'm surprised I'm fucking watching it, bruv. We're going to have more South Africans in my chat on the other channel watching the game than people are in the stadium.
Yeah.
Crazy work. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Nadir. To be fair, our defense was injured and he scored 2 pens. Fairs. Yeah, that's fairs. I hear it. Big up to you, Nadir. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to everyone locked in as well. Don Robbie is doing cameo. How embarrassing. But I fuck want him to sing to me. Stay with him. Yeah, it's £124.75 if you want a happy birthday cameo from Don Robert, mate.
Is that what it is? Jesus Christ.
That's if you want it within 24 hours. 124 or 123 or £124.75.
I thought they'd just toss him a few fish or something like that. Looking walls.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Fried fish, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Crazy work, isn't it?
Oh, man. I think I'd rather be poor than making it that way. Like, you know what I mean? Than selling out like that.
But you could actually do a lot with 124 quid. I mean, you can end up on a boat with Skepta. And have 24 quid. Yeah, Skep. Sorry, my bad. And you could have 24 quid change.
My mate, Skep. Did you watch when he's running around the stadium and his deep voice goes?
I ain't seen it. Well, I barely watch anything when I'm not working.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, he's running around the stadium and it's fucking, he's like, oh, yeah, and oh, I'm so unfit. And then you just click to one of his other videos. Leave the geezer alone.
Big up to Ryan, bro. How much for a photo of Robbie's feet, bro? No, bro.
No, you don't want that.
Why are you gay?
No.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Why are you gay? That's a bit off key, bruv. I can't lie. We like each their own, and that's 2025, bruv. But nah, that's a bit zesty, bruv. Yeah, gating and that. Why is this game being delayed?
I think someone has said that it might be delayed by an hour. Christian Vieri in the studio. I'm watching it anyway.
Why is it delayed? Adverse weather, bruv. It's a bit cloudy. What are we doing here?
They're just waiting for fans, man. They're out begging for fans.
Yeah. They're going to hand out tickets for free outside.
Free tickets. Yeah. That's what they're doing. Guaranteed.
That's probably what they're doing. They're probably going to hand out tickets for free. I swear.
I hope this is a disaster. I hope it falls on its fucking arse. I hope this World Cup.
Bro, look at that stadium. Yeah, it's literally like 4 hours before kickoff. There's no one there. That's how it looks. There's nobody in the stadium. Yeah, you got some Sundown fans, and that's it. That's literally it. There's probably right now about 35 people in that stand.
They're delaying to try and get people in.
100%. Where's it being played? Orlando. Is there like Mad Thunder and Lightning Storm coming? Oh, look at the sky. Bro, you got more chance of fucking getting COVID than getting struck by lightning. Yeah, and even that's impossible. Has anyone in this chat ever been struck by lightning? That real talk. Nobody's been struck by lightning.
Record 7 times or something, isn't it? Apparently someone's been struck 7 times.
And these men are chatting shit. Yeah, I have. There's a tornado warning. Yeah, struck by top gooners, Matty. Do you know what I'm saying? Lightning don't strike twice. Right, you've actually got more chance of getting struck by lightning twice than dying from COVID that don't exist. Crazy work. And everyone run out and had that jab. Mad thing. Anyway, we'll do that on another stream. Got struck by lightning when Arteta signed.
It was a sign.
Darren, you're chatting absolute bollocks in my chat. What are we doing here, brother? Why have you never... Bro, nobody has died from COVID, bruv. It is down as a secondary on your death certificate. And even, what's his name? Patrick Valance, whatever his name is. I've played the clip before, bro. Just because COVID's on your death certificate doesn't mean that you've been tested or even had it. So why is it on the death certificate then? That was in April 2020. Let's not do this, bruv. Let's not do this because I've never had COVID. I've never had any illness, bruv. I don't take tablets. And I'm never ill, bruv. And I've never had them experimentals. Yeah. However, everyone I know that has had them has no fucking energy anymore or is dead. Crazy work. Crazy work. Anyway, we'll save that for another day. We'll
Matty's
save that
telling
for
you to
another.
check your email, Lee.
Yeah, I'm downloading that now. I don't know what he's sending me. Mate, he's been scheming like Ricky Rose.
Yeah. He sent me the Leave the Geezer Alone soundbite, so I'll have that for my show.
Stay scheming. Oh, well, at least while the game's being delayed, we can carry on in here. Literally, there's nobody in the crowd. Mate, I can see 5 students.
They'll call the game off now or something much. They'll call it off.
Crazy work. Crazy work. Right, what's Matty sent me? Let's see if I put it on here. Yo, smash these likes up. I'm going to go for a piss in a second, yeah? Let me put this on here. Yeah, this ain't going to kick off anytime soon. All right, big up Dal, bruv. Big up Oregon Goo, mates. Big up Hendo every time. Tested positive COVID, never took the vaccine or boosters and never tested positive. Myself, never got ill. Thank you. My dad's a mutant. He's had 4 of them. My mum had 2 of them. Some of my pals, some of them, a very small percentage have had them, but they stopped at 2, the same as my mum. Oh, but we wanted to travel. That's a basic human right, mate. Anyway.
Yeah, but it wasn't at the time, though, was it?
Oh, fuck it, don't travel. I stayed in England for 8 months. Yeah, fucking got evicted from my fucking gaff. She wanted the gaff back while I was in England.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the other gaff I was in, she was like, I need the house back. I was like, you're taking the piss. I had to get my mate to go around there and fucking empty all my shit out while I was in England. Yeah. And then I paid for the deposit on this gaff. I paid 3 months rent. Yeah, 1 month up front. Yeah, 3 months deposit, 1 month up front. Yeah, and 1 month agent fees, about 4,000 euros just to move in here. I never even viewed it. I just see it on the internet, and I see it on the website. And then my mate was winding me up. He goes, no. You've been robbed, mate.
You have to. Yeah,
because I was flying out the day after he got the keys. Yeah, I was like, you're taking a fucking piss. But yeah, I've been here 4 years in this gaff. But I'm moving soon. This year at some point, I'll get my villa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm getting a villa this year.
Nice.
Is what it is.
You're not going to move to Bali like fucking hair clippers, no?
No.
He's back in his folk gaff, I think.
No, listen, I might end up on a yacht in Porto Banús with Skips. You know what I'm saying?
My mate Skips. I was on that yacht with my mate Skips. And
with 100 quid in my bank.
I had 100 quid in my bank. Right.
Yeah, see, Marie's a real one. Vavavoom, princessa. Go to Cadiz. I've never been to Cadiz. Yeah, that's like 2 hours up the road from me. I'd like to go there.
That's where they are in The Business, isn't it? In the movie The Business, I think they're in Cadiz.
Yeah, Cadiz, Tarifa. I've been to Tarifa. It's mad windy. But the beaches there, it's like Morocco. Yeah, it's like literally finest sand you'll ever see. Tarifa's unreal. Yeah, it's mad windy though. Mad windy. Right, let me see what this clip is that mate sent me.
The 2024-25 campaign might be over, but one huge problem still remains.
I know it's if, buts, and maybes. I know we didn't win anything. If Man City had drawn 1 game out of that last 18, yeah, we would have won the league. That is how close these margins are.
They did draw 1 game against us. We should have beaten them.
Cool, they drew against... All right, if they'd drawn 1 more game, yeah?
How many times can I run around the Emirates in a full tracksuit on the hottest day of the year before I pass out or literally cannot move? Leave the geezer alone.
The scene stuff, yeah. So when I told you that I, as a fan going, a match going fan, week in week out, and I can see the difference Arteta has made. And you talk about getting over the line. First of all, nobody here is celebrating second. I am not celebrating second. I see a picture, yeah? I can see a picture and I can see where the last pencil, the last crayon, the last brush stroke of the paint is going to end.
We are exactly what we did. Clearly out the back. You're starting to shake it.
Man, you're a genius, man. Oh shit! That's hilarious, man. That.
Leave the geezer alone.
How many times can I run around the Emirates on the hottest day of the year before I pass out, mates? I've not watched it. So, is he still running? Wait, are you running? Brushstrokes and that crayons. Some of these fans have eaten crayons, bruv. Maybe they've been talking to Harry Kane too much. Do you know what I'm saying? Mad work. I'm going to play that again while I go for a piss. It'll unmute you when it's finished, yeah? Oh, dear, oh, dear. Fun times, guys. Anyway, let's play it one more time. I'm going for a piss.
The 2024-25 campaign might be over, but one huge problem still remains.
I know it's if, buts, and maybes. I know we didn't win anything. If Man City had drawn one game out of that last 18, yeah, we would have won the league. That is how close these margins are.
They did draw one game against us. We should have beaten them.
Cool, they drew against... All right, if they'd drawn one more game, yeah?
How many times can I run around the Emirates in a full tracksuit on the hottest day of the year before I pass out or literally cannot move? Leave the geezer alone.
The scene stuff, yeah? So when I told you that I, as a fan going, a match going fan, week in, week out, and I can see the difference Arteta has made. And you talk about getting over the line. First of all, nobody here is celebrating second. I am not celebrating second. I see a picture, yeah? I can see a picture and I can see where the last pencil, the last crayon, the last brush stroke of the paint is going to end.
We are exactly what we did. Clearly at the back. You're starting to shake it.
Joe, what's funny about as well about that video with Sutcliffe is when he was in the middle of that rant. And he's going on, yeah, we had a draw one game, they had a draw one game. He finished that later on by saying that if we had won the league that year, that Arteta would be one of the greatest managers we've ever had. One of the greatest managers we've ever had because he won a league. I had someone say the other day, or heard someone say the other day with Aaron. No, it wasn't this guy. It wasn't Sutcliffe. I heard someone say to Aaron that if we had won the league last season, that Havertz would have been one of our greatest ever signings. One of our greatest ever. Yeah, fuck you, Ryan. Are you going for me with that? What a forehead thing, are you? These man captains. Sadly, they are, man. Sadly, they are serious. Or at least I think they are. At least I think they are, man. Doesn't pencil some sentences. Not me, mate. Sorry, Ryan. I thought you were going for me. I thought you were going for me because Aaron's been hitting me with the forehead thing. Aaron's been hitting me with the forehead streak, though. Sorry. I thought you were going for me because Aaron's been using the forehead thing, man. Saying you could show a drive-through movie and shit on it, man. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Maddie, you're an absolute genius. You are an absolute genius. I sent you the Agal one. I did send you the Agal one, man, but I'll have to put that on later when he's contradicting himself. Okay. A big up to you, Jay Lux. Absolute legend in the house, man. Maddie's a legend, Adele. He's an absolute legend. Egghead too. Fuck you, rich money makers. Christian Sutcliffe's in the house. Christian Sutcliffe, man. Here he is. No, Darren, I can't, sadly. No, I didn't pay attention in school, man. I didn't pay attention in school. I wish I could. A lot of my cousins can and stuff. Big up the Paddies. Come on, the Paddies. Leave the geezer alone, Matty. Leave him alone. I think he's taken that video down off Instagram as well. I think he took it down. Yeah, he kicked me off Instagram as well. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm just trying to make content for my club. Yeah, which one? QPR? Because he supported them when he was young. Charlton made a video for them. Picture of him with a Spurs scarf. That's some work, actually, isn't it? That's some work when you think about it. To have supported 4 different London clubs before the age of 23. 4 different London clubs before the age of 23. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Big up Darren, absolute legend. Big up Yasser in the house as well, man. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. Who's that guy? Pinkus, man. You must know Pinkus. He's been around about a year. And he's got connections. Leave me alone.
Leave the geezer alone. How about you leave me alone, you prat? How about that? Because I'll ruin your life, mate. Wrong person. Anyway. What's on the green screen? All right, big up to Nick Villa. Come on, big up the Villa, bruv. They won the European Cup the year I was born. Bosh.
Nigel Spink made his debut, didn't he?
Huh?
I think Nigel Spink made his debut in that European final.
Yeah, off the bench. I think it was off the bench, wasn't it? Yeah, I might have to get that on a t-shirt, you know. Leave the geezer alone.
Yeah, you should.
And a picture of David Coote. Picture of David Coote's face on a fucking t-shirt will leave the geezer alone. All right, Tao, if you're watching, yeah, pattern that, yeah? We'll get the merch. Well, we're already patterning the merch anyway. Yeah. But maybe we need to add that one. Leave the geezer alone. Yeah, we might have to do that. We can profit off of leave the geezer alone, mates. Rather than profiting off of this club doing fuck all for 20 years. All right, big ups everyone locked in. All right, Lion Text, my G, bro. What we saying? What we saying, brother? Oh yeah, Aaron, he's rattled, bro. He obviously he said that he said he's coming for me, bro. I was like, why are you gay? Bit weird, isn't it? Yeah, then I invited him on here. He didn't want to jump on this channel. He said he'd rather talk on the phone. Yeah, of course you would. Snide. Yeah, free Palestine. Anyway, he then chatted more shit. Oh, I'm going to come to Malaga. I'm going to come to Malaga. Yeah, shit in a brick, mate. Yeah. Ooh, shiver me timbers. Shut up, man. Get out of here. I'll pick you up, bruv. Let me know when you land. Send me an email with your flight details. Leave the coke alone. Hey, he had a couple of fucking Coronas, bruv. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got a little bit leery tonight. As soon as I mentioned a few things, bruv, he never came back again. Yeah, it is what it is. Funny old game, isn't it? Yeah, he's probably watching now, probably getting rattled with all of his fucking wrongins sat next to him. Yeah, guess what? You ain't going to do damn thing, bruv. You ain't going to do nada. However, it is what it is. I did invite him on. And chat, you know how we roll on here, yeah? When we have a new guest on, like when we had Hooks on, yeah, when we had a gal on, when we have other people on, like Shane, when he first jumped on, Northside when he first jumped on, so on and so forth, DJB, anyone else. Yeah, I've forgotten because I can't reveal them all out. You know how I roll, innit? Whether I like the person or not, or like their opinions or not, I always tell you straight, yeah, don't cuss the guest, innit? Yeah, because they put their camera on, they've jumped on the channel, they give their views, they'll ask questions, we'll have a debate, we'll have a conversation. And at the end of it, whether I agree or not, or whether they agree or not, is irrelevant. I'd actually rate him for jumping on. He didn't want to jump on, bruv. He just wanted to chat shit in my other comment section. After he's done it on this one before, when I did the podcast a few weeks ago. Yeah, and you know how I roll. Any of you chat shit to my guests, you're blocked. I don't care how long you've been here, whether you're a moderator or not. Yeah, call them deluded and all that. Yeah, but don't go over the mark. Yeah, you know that. That's how we roll. And this is why this community is fucking goated. Yeah, this community is the best community on this app for football content, mate. Yeah, nobody can get near it. Not a single fucking person can get near it. And this is why people are rattled, bruv. Because number one, I know way too much about their shenanigans. Yeah, that's a good fucking word, isn't it, Shane? Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Sounds better when you say it, though.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans, mates. But no, real talk, yeah. You know how we roll, yeah? We don't cuss the guests off. Yeah, we'll have two in a throw. Everyone tuned in the other day, yeah, Sunday, because a gal was jumping on. Big up Norms, brother. Yeah, big up Norms. But everyone jumped in the other day watching 3.2K live because they thought me and a gal were going to have a big tear up online. No, we weren't. We were just sitting there vibes in. We've done the tear up thing, pause. Yeah, we've done that years ago. I absolutely fucking destroyed him on the football terrace. Yeah, in fact, I destroyed 5 of them in one go. That was after, I think, Dundalk. Yeah, they're all chatting absolute bollocks. So I stormed the fucking show, bro. 5-on-1. Hold that. Yeah, you can't chat to me. Facts don't care about your feelings. Yeah, one got kicked out real quick in about 20 seconds. Yeah, because he was chatting absolute bollocks about my fucking mum or my missus or something. So Flowers kicked him. And then, yeah, you just kill him with kindness and facts, bruv. Facts don't care about your feelings. Facts, it's 5 years without a trophy. Facts, we've regressed. Facts, we haven't signed a striker since fucking Aubameyang. Facts, yeah, we got rid of 4 fucking attackers and signed Sterling. Yeah, facts, we've signed more goalkeepers than any other fucking position other than defenders, and that's including the whole of the back line. Yeah, so if we're talking about centre halves, goalkeepers, we signed more than centre halves. We've signed more fucking centre halves and left backs to cover Tierney. Yeah, and our best defenders just gone Celtic for nothing.
Yeah,
but he ain't pretty, guys. He ain't got tattoos. You can't knock one out. You can't come for them. I'm coming for you. Yeah, good one, mate. You can't even run around the Emirates according to everyone else. Do me a favour, bruv. Yeah. Thanks for the warning. Maybe that's a threat, Shane. Maybe he's threatening me. I don't know. He said, yeah, I'm coming for you. Yeah, I'm going to come to Malaga. All right, mate. Is that a warning or a threat? Maybe we should play the victim. He likes to play the victim. Maybe I should do that because that stream's probably processed now. So I could probably go and get the live chat and my comment reply to it. And yeah, maybe he's threatening me, bruv.
Yeah. No, yeah, he'll
Get
play
out
the victim.
of here,
See, if you
pink
had,
eye,
if
bruv.
you had,
Shut
if you had
up.
called him out on it, he'd play the victim. If you called him out on it, he'd play the victim and say, "Oh, look, he's threatening me. He's threatening me. He's threatening me.
He's threatening me." To be fair, I did say if ever I see him, I'm knocking him clean out.
But he said, did he not say about you though that you're a bell end or you know what I mean? So it's
nobody cares, bruv. Yeah, nobody cares. I'm not. He's rattled, bruv. Because do you know what's mad? Yeah, he thinks he's some bad man on TikTok, bruv. Nobody cares about TikTok. It's full of spastics. Yeah, this is my playground, and you got served up expeditiously on 2 channels in the last 3 weeks. Chat, do you remember when this fucking pink eye prat was in my chat here when I was on the podcast? He was begging for the phone number, and I think Graham was in the chat. Yeah, I think Graham was in the chat. So a lot of you were in the chat that day. And you were like, "Why are you begging?"
I was in the chat.
Yeah, you was in the chat. Why are you begging? You kept telling him, "Why are you begging?" Fuck off. Now, if you want a conversation, I'm live, mate. Email me. You still ain't email me. I'll give you the link right now. Is what it is, brother. I said, need a YouTube boxing match, bro. I'm a lover, not a fighter. However, yeah, these men know I know too much about most of them, which is kind of funny. Like I said yesterday, Simu, yeah, I saved his career, bruv.
Oh, bongo.
Yeah, I saved his career. Yeah, Canton trebled the size of his channel in 3 months after 2 years of getting 2K subs after he got gifted 6.6. It's what it is, bruv. Yeah, and like I said yesterday, yeah, I'm not going to go waffling on about this. Like I said yesterday, since we've got 1,100 people here, yeah, and I know he's watching, I know he's crying, he's probably screw it, I'm going to fucking knock him out, bruv. You couldn't knock a wank out. Yeah, like real talk. Yeah, let me tell you something right now, people, yeah, right? You guys have been here from day one. They can't fuck with us. Yeah, but I ain't a dickhead. Don't chat shit. You will not get shits back. I am the wrong person to be chatting shit to because I'll do 8 hours clipping you up and finessing you expeditiously, bruv. Yeah, that dickhead that was singing into the hair clippers, 8.5 hours. Never heard of him again. Cool. Yeah, I called my mum a whore. Real talk. I'll never do that again, will he? Because he's been fucking cooks ever since. But I don't think people realise, yeah, how fucking sick this community is. Yeah, and it's like I'm the villain of the fan base. No, I'm not the villain of the fan base. Do you know what is the villain of the fan base? Cunts that clip me up and put it on TikTok, chatting absolute shit without actually watching my content. You know, just clip up 30 seconds. You know, it's like when people say, start, bench, sell. I ain't doing them anymore. Because it doesn't matter which way I do it. Some cunt's going to clip it up and cry about it, and then they'll get 1 million views off it. Fuck off. Go and get your own 1 million views doing something else. Yeah, get out of here, bruv. Nah, get out of here, bruv. I'm sick to death of these people. Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, they all know that I know too much about most of them. Yeah, which is why they go, I'll take rats. Fuck you, gold bitch. Do you remember when I was live chat, yeah? Right, and I texted him the link for the fucking stream I was cooking him on, and he blocked me on WhatsApp. He was thinking, how the fuck did he get my number? I've had it years, mate. Yeah, and do you remember I showed it, and it showed his picture, and I sent him the link, yeah, and you couldn't see his picture anymore. Dickhead. It pains me to say it. Yeah, you can suck your mum as well. Fuck off, man. And do you know what the maddest thing is, Shane? Yeah, right. I just talk my truth, and my truth is fact-based. Yeah, and this is why nobody wins an argument against me. Yeah, you can like fucking call my bullshit out. I don't care about that. Yeah, you can slag me off. I don't care about that, bruv. Yeah, don't fucking chat shit. Yeah. And when we're on streams, yeah, and people are just fucking constantly chatting shit, then you put facts on the table or use their own words back on them.
Yeah. Let them real
they're snookers. Then they divert. Yeah, it's like when I'm on with a Gal or Christian or Marty. Yeah. They talk over me every time. Why? Because they know I'm going to expeditiously cook them on facts and use their own words back on them. Yeah. That's why I was a great salesman, bruv. You listen, then you sit there. Do you remember the show I was on? Yeah, on Potts' channel. And I sat there for 45 minutes, didn't say a fucking word. It's probably the quietest I've ever been on a stream. Didn't say a single word. And Potts said, Lee, I said, no, I was the last in here. Let everyone else go. Yeah, and I sat there 45 minutes. As soon as I opened my mouth, everyone's jumping, talking. Yeah. Shut up, man. It's boring. Now, and this is why next season, I'm not doing it. I don't need to answer to anyone. Yeah, I'm way too old to be sitting here chatting bollocks to people that can't understand the basic concept of football. Yeah. The aim is to win. Yeah, we don't need an opinion metric, an opinion-based metric. We've got a fact-based metric. They give a trophy to the winner. We don't need your opinion, Shane, my opinion, or anyone else's opinion. The winner wins, the losers explain. It's as simple as that. Yeah, and then guess what? There ain't no progress in football unless you won a trophy. Oh, eighth, fifth, second. It's progress. No, it's not. Because guess what? How many points we got now, Shane?
We got a lot less than we had last season, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, how many do we have when we start the season in August?
Yeah, we have 0. We start,
zero.
Everybody starts.
So where's the progress then?
There is
start
no
on
progress.
0.
But this is what I was saying earlier, that they've just lowered the standard to make it look better. So what they do then is they drag everybody else down. That's why they're always mudding Liverpool and mudding City. If we were winning, you wouldn't have to do that. Why do you feel the need to say, this Wirtz signing has ruined the transfer window? Oh, City are buying the league, 115 charges, oil money. Oh, Liverpool, if they had a lost Salah, this and that. Why do you have to mud these teams? The only reason you're doing that is because you have to drag them down. It's like when you have a fucking friend that's no good at anything. He's shit at football. He can't get girls. He's not funny.
Never got any money. You're always paying for the drinks.
Yeah. And so when someone's not around, one guy in the group, he just tries to bring them down all the time to try and get them down to his fucking level. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it's like, having to mud everybody. And that's
Tottenham Football Club. That's Tottenham Football Club. Sorry, Man United Football Club. Sorry, Man United are so shit. They bring everybody down to Man U's level, and they're better at it.
That's how they beat them, and they do it well. To be fair to them, that's why they're better.
They're better at it. They bring everybody down to their shit level, and then they're better at shit level.
Bruno scores a penalty or something. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I had pulled up a thing that was on Sky today that had the headline was Arsenal suffered more from injuries, right, than any other team. And then they showed the total days that players were out. Arsenal were 9th. They were down in 9th for the total days, right? But so even Sky Sports are covering, they go, Arsenal suffered more from injuries. And then when you take into account the importance of the player injured. So who the fuck are they to say who's an important player and who's not? You know what I mean? So just because they're saying, we'll say, Aaron Ramsdale was out for Southampton, but he's not a very good goalkeeper. Right, but he's important to them. You know what I mean? So how can you say that he's not? And who are they to decide? And
I'll give you another one, Aaron. Yeah, Aaron. Fucking hell, Aaron. Yeah, I'll give you another one. Shane, pause. Yeah, Tomiyasu. If you take out Tomiyasu out of them days out injured, we'd probably be about 15th.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But they're
and that guy's not an important player for our football club. He's shit, and he's been shit since he's got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, take him out. He played 6 minutes of football. Yeah, so he's missed the entire season. We'd be probably about 15th in that table. Oh, but we had 27 injuries. Cool. Real Madrid had over 40 the season before last. And they probably had about 25, 30 last season.
Yeah.
They still won 2 trophies last season. The season before that, they had about 50, I think it was 47 or 48 injuries. They won the Champions League, the league, and the fucking...
Jesus 4 of those injuries as well, wasn't he?
There you go.
I think he was 4 of those injuries, or three or 4 of them anyway. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's no excuse. Yeah, and when people want to talk about injuries, well, it's a recruitment issue then.
Yeah,
because when you've got Real Madrid having their third choice goalkeeper in goal for most of the season. Third choice. When they're playing Chouameni at centre half with Danny Carvajal, at centre half. When they're playing Camavinga at left back, I didn't see them moaning. Didn't see them crying. When they're playing Valverde at right back, didn't see them moaning. What are we doing here? It's bullshit, bruv. They won the Champions League that season. Then they won the league as well. And they won the Supercopa de España. They won 3 trophies. That qualified them for the 2 they won this season. And they had loads of injuries. I guarantee Madrid had more injuries than us this season. Guarantee it. Carvajal had an ACL. He's been out all season. In fact, Courtois...
Militao as well, wasn't he?
Militao, Courtois, Alaba, Carvajal. In fact, I think when they played Man City, they had their entire back four out. And they beat Man City.
Ceballos missed the chunk as well. But the thing is, like, we're talking about injuries. When we beat the Galacticos with Arsene Wenger, we had Flamini at left back, who's a right-footed defensive midfielder, and we had Aboué making his European debut. And Aboué, even at his best, was terrible. So they don't mention that Tottenham had the 3 of the defenders and their goalkeeper out for several months together. Our injuries were spread out. They always say, "Oh well, if we lost Saka for 3 months, if Liverpool lose Salah for 3 months, they don't win the league." Okay, then that's not even true, by the way. But even if you want to go that way, then they lost their keeper for 3 months. If we had lost David Raya for 3 months, we would have dropped out of the top 4. You know what I mean? If we lost David Raya for 3 months, we were bollocks. Exactly. And they got on with it. So if you want to say that, then okay, then they lost their keeper for 3 months. So what would happen if we lost David Raya for 3 months? We would have had fucking Neto in goals for 3 months, man. You know what I mean? So it makes no sense. The argument they have, it always falls flat in its face. We went through it before on one of your streams a few months ago, Lee, that they had Trent Alexander-Arnold out for about 2 months. And for a month of that, Conor Bradley was out. So they had the right back and the right back cover was out. They just don't moan about it. Nobody ever moaned about this stuff before. You just got on with it. I've never heard this before. And I've said it on many a stream that the main things that they defend this guy with are my main reasons for sacking him. The injuries. He caused them. Why are you using that to defend him? He caused them. He caused every one of them. Overplaying players, not rotating, tin squad. That's what they say as well. Oh, he didn't have the resources. He got rid of 4 attacking players and replaced them with Raheem Sterling. And when he had them the season before, when he had Fabio Vieira and when he had Nelson and when he had Emile Smith-Rowe and Nketiah, he never played them. He never rotated them in. He never subbed them on.
He barely played Sterling this season.
He barely played Sterling this season, so he just plays the same 11
people sit there chatting shit like a Gal, Marty, Christian. Oh, yeah, but we had Saka and Odegaard out. They only missed 1 game together. 1 game. That's the only game this season they've missed at the same time, and that was Wolves away, where Skelly got sent off, by the way, and we still won.
We won. The only red card we shouldn't have got, and it got rescinded.
That's the only one we shouldn't have got.
And as well as that, Lee, what other club has ever said in the history of football, "Oh, this player can't play well if he doesn't have the other guy"? It's never been said. That's another thing they made up. Oh, well, he needs him to play well, and he needs him.
Oh, but Saka's doubled and trebled up on. Okay, cool. Well, so was Thierry Henry, mate. Yeah, so is Mo Salah. Yeah. Doubled and trebled up on. So is Lamine Yamal. So is Eden Hazard.
At 16, he was getting trebled up on.
So I'm saying they've always got an excuse, right? The excuse is coming to an end, Shane. Yeah, it's hilarious. Yeah, and seeing these people, flip and flop and flip and flop, right? I want nothing more than so I'll give an example, I thought we'd get slapped by Real Madrid. I was talking to this Everton fan earlier, right? And he actually said it to me. He goes, if Declan Rice didn't score the first free kick, you don't win 3-0, mate. Yeah, which is fair because we might not.
It was an even game before that. It was an even game before that.
And that was what, 60th minute? 65th minute or whatever it was.
Forward then.
Yeah. And then they opened it up a little bit, right? The second free kick's one of the greatest free kicks I've ever seen. Right? Unbelievable. But let's not forget, let's just take it back to the first free kick. Our set piece coach and our fucking captain were telling him to cross the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said to Saka, Odegaard and Jova are telling me to cross this, but I think I could score from it, Saka went, well, shoot then.
Yeah.
It's a fair play to them too. And this is what we don't do often enough. Yeah. Beckham used to do it all the time. Fuck Fergie. Yeah, I'm going to fucking do it. Scholes here go, fuck Roy Keane. Fuck Fergie. Vieira go, do you remember Ashley Cole's debut?
Fergie wanted them to. He wanted them to do that.
Ashley Cole's debut. Ashley Cole's debut, he done all the team talk in the dressing room, all the bullshit, Wenger, right? Tony Adams and Vieira walked out with him on the pitch. Yeah, and they said to Ashley Cole, I'm not even making this up. Google it. Yeah, he goes, everything Carson's just told you, ignore it. We'll manage the game for you. Yeah, we'll walk you through the game. Yeah, fuck what he said. We're taking control. Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne used to do it all the time for Man City.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mahrez did it. Yeah, Aguero used to do it. Yeah, Salah does it. There he goes, yeah, fuck this. I'm standing on the halfway line. I ain't tracking back.
You want your players to do that, though. Yeah. You want your players to do that. Rio Ferdinand said at United that if he sensed that the other team was getting a grip on it, he'd give Roy Keane a shout and say, pull in for 5 minutes. Come in. And Ferguson, he just wouldn't pay attention to him. And he said it would go the other way. If Dwight York or something smelled blood, he'd say, get forward, lads, and they'd push up because it was on-field decisions. And Ferguson and Wenger would admit that. Yeah, you can coach them during the week. You send them out. But they're the ones feeling the game. They're the ones that understand what's going on. Perez would be playing out the left and Lundberg out the right, or the other way around. And Perez would go, Freddie, I think you might have a chance of getting at this lad. Let's switch. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or I feel like I could get at him. Let's switch.
You don't see the switch anymore, do you?
No, and never. And that's it. It makes a big difference if you have a left back he's getting the better of your winger. Switch, get more pace at him, or change it, feel it on the pitch. But they don't do that anymore. And to go back to the thing you said about, but Saka gets trebled up on. He gets trebled up on. Well, that just means two players are unmarked. Then you fucking idiots. Why don't you get it to them? You know what I mean? There's two players.
Rocket science, is it? How many times have we had Thierry Henry, say on CBS or Sky or wherever else he's been, and any other platform he's on? How many times has Thierry Henry said, like, you have to do what the game gives you, like, and what the game demands? Yeah. If the game wants me to be 100 mile an hour running in behind, I can do that. If the game means I have to drop deeper and pick the ball up, we do that. If the game means that I have to do quick 1-2 passing and shoot from 30 yards, I have to do that. I do what the game demands. Yeah, and you're always reading the game. The problem with this era is they're getting fucking walked through the game. They've got no individuality because the managers are coaching everything step by step in game. Yeah, how many times have we seen Thierry Henry? Remember the Man City goal he scored? Yeah, with a rain, no backlift. Yeah, last minute. Bruv, I swear down, how many of our players right now would pick that ball up on the left-hand side, cut inside and slap that? They wouldn't. They'd pass it sideways. Then it'd go out to the right to Saka. Then it'd come back to Martinelli. To Odegaard. Ben White or Timber would move up. Then it'd go back to them. Then it'd go back. Then we'd get a corner. Declan Rice would take 4 hours to take the corner. The goalkeeper would catch it. He'll lay on the floor, roll around, the game is a draw. Yeah, it's bullshit, bruv. Yeah, and this is the difference between that era and this era. Yeah, and this is why when people, like somebody said in my chat a minute ago, you lost the Savio conversation. No, I ain't. How have I lost that, bruv? My man's playing for Manchester fucking City, bruv. Yeah, Manchester fucking City. Yeah, Manchester City. Some little skinny Brazilian, bruv, playing for Manchester City. How have I lost that?
A lot of Pep signings have a quiet year the first year anyway, and then they they unleash in the second one. That happens all the time with his signings. Yeah, they just unleash in the second season. Although I don't know if he's going to use wingers next season, so I don't know.
100% he will. 100% he will. 100%, bro. He's buying proper fullbacks as well. Yeah,
I think he's going to overlap, and that's what I'm saying. I think he's going to push the midfield into 3 attacking midfielders.
Yeah, and what he'll do is he'll have Rodri dropping in to cover the gaps.
Yeah,
Rodri won't be going forward.
But he's changing it up. He's done with Pep ball. He's done with it. They're going to.
He probably looked at Barcelona this season and PSG, Barcelona, PSG, Newcastle. Then he's probably looked at that, and thought, "Yo, yeah, we might have to change this up." And Pep's always 2 steps ahead of everyone in the Prem.
He was doing it from January. He was experimenting from January. He was trying it out from January. But the thing is that, he can see it coming, and I'm glad now that football. It could be okay now that, like I said, like you said, PSG won with good football, Palace won with good football, Newcastle, Liverpool, they all won with good football. So fast football, overlap. But this inverted fullback thing, I've never liked it. I think it's absolutely pointless. But the thing is that Arteta will just double down on it, which is what he's doing by getting Zubimendi. He's slowing it down even more. But it'd be interesting to see the fixtures tomorrow now. Be interested to see the fixtures. If we have
apparently we've got Leeds first from the leaks, but we probably ain't. We've probably got fucking Man City first game. And they'll all cry. Oh, we got a tough start. You played the same teams twice, you prats. Right, what are we doing here? You all played the same team twice. Doesn't matter what order you fucking play them in. Yeah. And if you're crying about the start that you have, that means you're underprepared to begin with. Why would you worry about having Spurs, Aston Villa, Man City at the beginning of the season like last season? Yeah, why would you worry about that if you're prepared? If we're so good, why are you crying? Like, why are you moaning about that? Yeah, Real Madrid, somebody put it in the chat a minute ago, bless brother. Real Madrid had 51 injuries last season. Fair enough, they didn't win the league. Didn't win the Champions League.
They didn't moan about it, though, Lee. That's the difference.
Thank you. They don't moan about it, bro. Yeah, the season before they had about the same. Yeah, their goalkeeper is probably the best goalkeeper in the world, Courtois. Probably the best. You can make a case for his being the best. Yeah, he did an ACL, not the season gone, the season before. He did an ACL. First training session back, he done an MCL. Yeah, they still won the fucking league in the Champions League. Alaba, ACL. Militao, ACL. Carvajal this season, ACL. Militao, ACL. Yeah. They got injury after injury after injury after injury, yeah? And anyone that goes, oh, but that's Real Madrid. This is what we get.
I was just about to say that. They say that. Like, the injuries don't affect them.
But it's Real Madrid. They're different.
It makes no sense.
We've outspent them fuckers for 12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but they're different. Anyone can win at Madrid. Well, I can name 10 managers that fucking ain't, mate, real quick, since we last won a league. They've sacked 10 managers that ain't won anything since we last won the league in 04. Yeah. And look at what they've won in that time.
He wouldn't win a league there. Arteta wouldn't win a league there.
Why didn't they want Arteta? Why did they get Xabi Alonso?
Yeah, that was a bit strange, wasn't it? Why every club, all the big clubs, because there was a lot of movement with big clubs at managers. Why weren't they all in for Arteta? That's strange.
How comes Hansi Flick got the Barca job? Why wasn't it him? How comes Luis Enrique signed a new deal as well? Same as Hansi Flick. Yeah, and then people will sit there and go, oh, yeah, well, he wouldn't get the Madrid job because he played for Barca. No, he didn't. He played for their academy.
Never played one game for them.
Never played for Spain either because he was shit.
Because Wenger got approached by all.
Even tried to switch to play for England.
Yeah, I remember that. Him and Almunia, the vampire.
So if you look at the big clubs here, why didn't Inter Milan go for him then after Inzaghi left?
They went for Cesc, or were looking at Cesc anyway. They made contact.
Why don't Leverkusen want him?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where's he going to end up?
He's going to get a big job. He will never, ever get a big job again. Never.
Nope.
There's not one big team that would take him. And you only have to say it to people like your man Sam Blancos. We said it to him, like, would Madrid take him? Or would you let him go to Madrid? And he said, oh, yeah. And we were all stunned. And he said, yeah. And then I'd carry him across the city to Atletico and say, you fucking have him. Like, you mentioned it to these fans. I had a Northampton Town fan in my chat saying they wouldn't take him. You know what I mean? There's just
nobody will take him in their club. Nobody will take him in their club. He's shits, bruv.
He is an absolute shambles of a manager. The worst
Sam sent me a video. Yeah, let me play this.
And to me, it sounds like Ollie Watkins was the player we could have got in January last year, who could have helped us in the league or helped us in the Champions League, and we basically threw away 6 months of our lives to get Ollie Watkins again in the summer for the same price. If that happens, that is, heads need to roll for that. Somebody needs to be sacked. Somebody needs to be sacked. As for Rodrigo, I hope and pray Rodrigo realizes that he's bottom of that pecking order, and the new Argentinian kid is going to be challenging for his minutes. They have Brahim Diaz. He's never going to get minutes in that left wing position, and he needs to get himself going somewhere where he can be a main man. He comes to Arsenal, he's going to be one of the main men. Even if he comes to the Premier League, I think Liverpool's going to be challenging for him. I think other teams are going to be coming in for him too, like Chelsea.
Wow. So Rodrigo, guys, needs to understand and get it into his head, yeah, that he's bottom of the pecking order at Real Madrid. Wow. I don't think he quite understands how Real Madrid work, mate. Doesn't matter who you are. Mbappe, hold bench. Modric, hold bench. Yo, you see Benzema, hold bench. Yeah, hold bench, mate. Yeah, oh, Vinny, bench. Yeah, Camavinga, bench. Valverde, bench. You can score a hat-trick and get benched at Real Madrid. That's how it rolls. But you know what they've done? And this is how they're the most unique club, yeah? They don't give a fuck who you are. They don't care about your ego because the club is the ego. Yeah, the problem is, right, the Premier League clubs have been finessed, yeah, into believing that if we go and buy someone that is very good, yeah, that means that Saka ain't getting a game. There's right wingers better than Saka in world football, so go and fucking buy him, mate. Yeah, that way Saka don't have to play 60 games a season. Yeah, you could get Saka playing 40 games a season. Yeah, my man who's coming in, we could have got Elise, for example. Yeah, right, we could have got him for 45 million quid. He lived around the corner, don't have to relocate to Germany. Yeah, absolute baller, 45 million. Yeah. Oh no, but that hamper Saka's fucking hamper him. Do you remember when who was it we were fucking linked to? Yeah, and they said no, that hamper. Oh, it was Cesc when he was coming back. Yeah, to Chelsea when he went back to Chelsea or went to Chelsea. Now that hamper Aaron Ramsey. Fuck off. This is what Real Madrid do. They'll go, we don't care. We're buying the best players. If there's somebody out there that's like we can get them, we're buying them. Arda Güler. We got a Turkish scout. Why didn't we buy him? Yeah. Do you think he gives a shit sitting on the bench every week? Yeah, maybe he does. But guess what? He knows, yeah, that if he stays quiet, does his business on the pitch when he gets his chance, in 2 years' time from now, he's going to be starting week in, week out for Real Madrid. Yeah, and he's learning from the fucking very best. Yeah, same with Endrick. Endrick, yeah, people go, oh, he's shit. He's only got 7 GA. Nobody cares, bruv, because in 2 years' time, he'll be leading the fucking line for Real Madrid. And Mbappe will probably be on the right. Oh, sorry, the left. Yeah, and they'll change the form. Maybe they'll do it this season. Endrick and Arda Güler will get games. Yeah, he's just sat there and said Mustantuano, who's just signed for them, is going to take Rodrigo minutes. Bruv, he don't play on the fucking right all the time. What are we doing here? Yeah, he can play in the 10. He can play false 9. He can play left. And this is the problem with these people. Number one, they don't watch these leagues. Yeah, and they just go, he's never watched this Mustantuano guy in his life. Yeah, no. However, I have. Yeah, I have. Yeah, I did the Sudamericana. LB's watched him. We were talking on the phone going, yo, he's a fucking... Guess what? He was holding bench, yeah, for Argentina under 21s in that competition. Now it's just time for Real Madrid. What, you think he's benching Rodrigo every week? No, they'll all rotate. And this is why they compete for all tournaments, because they build a squad. Yeah, same with Liverpool, same with Man City, same with Chelsea under Roman. Yeah, they build a squad. Doesn't matter who you are. We've seen Erling Haaland, yeah, sat on the fucking bench at Man City going, right, they dropped Haaland. He scored a hat-trick last week. Mahrez scored a hat-trick in the FA Cup semi-final. Yeah, first time since 1958, the treble season, yeah? I know that because my dad was born that year. Next game, they played Bayern Munich, benched. And now imagine Saka scores a hat-trick in an FA Cup semi-final and gets benched for the next game. This fan base would cry their eyes out. But this is why these teams always compete for all trophies to the very death.
It's why their hamstrings aren't snapping off the fucking leg as well. There's like, I've said that before. Pep will make minimum 2 changes every single game. Every single game of the season, he'll make minimum 2 changes. And it's for the players' own good. And I've said it before as well about Pep, Klopp, Wenger, Ferguson, Ancelotti, all the greatest managers. Jez always says that the season we got to the Champions League final, we had a squad of 35 players. I can guarantee you that every single one of them felt like they were part of the team. Wenger made sure that they all felt like they were part of the team. When Arteta has his 11, everybody else is out. You're out. I'd say he doesn't even talk to them in training. This is my 11. You'll be on the bench. I might use you. I probably won't. Let's train with this 11. If you're in his good graces, you're in. Everybody else can fuck right off. You need to make changes all the time. If Berta is bringing back Sambi Lakonga and Vieira and saying to him, right, you bought them, you fucking used them. I don't want to hear excuses about the small squad. If you're 3-0 up, bring one of them on. Bring 2 of them on. Play them in the cup. If you're at home to one of the newly promoted teams, rest Rice and play Wanyeri in midfield. You know, I don't want to hear these excuses. But he'll never do that. He plays the same 11 every single game. Why last season when we were playing at home to Ipswich did we have Partey and Rice starting? Why when we were home to Southampton did we have 2 holding midfielders apart?
I can go one better than that. We were beating Bolton or Preston 3-0. He brought fucking Saka and Partey on.
Yep. No need for it. No,
we're winning 3-0. Why are you bringing them on?
Yep. And even if it's not for minutes, you're beating a lower league team 3-0.
Bro, we were beating Chelsea 5-0, and Saka, I think, played the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, we were 5-0 up at half time.
We were 3-0 up, 3-0 up against Chelsea after 1 hour. Yeah, as soon as that third goal goes in, take Saka off.
Yeah.
But you don't do it. Yeah, and this is why, when I'm watching these games, like now or just other leagues, if a team's walloping another team, the players get subbed, mate. They get fucking subbed. Hansi Flick's done it all season. Yeah, Lewandowski was on the bench the other night. Yeah. Like, what game was that? Fucking Lewandowski on the bench. Champions League final. Champions League final. Oh, but he's injured. No, he ain't. He's on the bench, mate. He came on. Champions League final. He was on the fucking, not Champions League final. Sorry, Champions League semi-final. He was on the bench.
He was on the bench. Yeah, he wasn't fully fit.
PSV, we stuck them 7-1. We then started a full 11 for the next game.
That was insanity. That was absolute insanity.
That's where you put your Ethan out there. You put the Butler Holiday day up front. Yeah, you put the other lads like that. Kukari is on loan, to be fair. But you put the younger lads in. You put Neto in goal. You played the whole team, and then you wonder why we've got so many fucking injuries.
Yeah, bro, and then the next game was against Fulham when Gabriel fucking tore a great 3 hamstring.
Yep, thank you.
I was at that game, walking out of the stadium, and everyone was buzzing. And I was in. Someone said to me, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" So I said, "Gabriel's injured for the Madrid game." Oh, but we had to beat Fulham. Why? Because they've beaten us the last 3 games. What kind of mentality is that? We're not going to win the league. It makes no sense. That was the one where he pushed Timber out twice, and Timber had his hamstring was at him, and then his other knee got hurt as well. And of course, then he started the next game. Insanity.
Yeah,
Insanity.
and then he got injured as well. Now he needs surgery.
Yeah,
it's bullshit, bro.
He needed it all season, apparently.
Yeah, apparently he's been playing through pain all season. Oh, shock. Yeah, he's just done an ACL and played the whole fucking season, mate.
Yeah, 50-odd games.
Who fucking knew? Yeah, it's bullshit, bro. I'm sick to death of these people. Yeah, and it's no coincidence. The teams that keep winning trophies are the ones that rotate their team the most. Yeah, and when just coming back to what you said about Liverpool with Salah. Oh, but Saka was out for 3 months. Yeah. Okay, mate. Yeah, they make out Odegaard was out forever. He was out 57 days. That's less than 2 months.
7 league games or something, wasn't it? Just 7 league games. And he was
14,
shit anyway before his injury.
Yeah, 14 games in total. Yeah, for club and country. Yeah, then he comes back, gets an assist for Martinelli against Chelsea.
Oh, Jesus, yeah, bro.
Right, and then he gets sent off to international duty, and the doctor and the manager went, "No, you're not fit for purpose, mate. What the fuck are you doing there? Go home." Yeah,
Martinelli got sent home as well.
Martinelli got sent home, bro.
Yeah, Rice got sent home by the England. Physio.
Saka didn't play the first game the other week against Andorra.
Yeah. And then when he did play, he looked absolutely bollocks, man.
Bro, I've been telling everyone, we've been telling everyone. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to say this again for anyone who ain't heard it. Saka ain't making the World Cup next year. Ain't making it, mate. Yeah, that guy has been playing off adrenaline since he came back in that team. The adrenaline wore off after the Real Madrid game. He's scored 1 goal in his last 13 games. 1 goal.
And he looked.
And he looks fucked.
Absolutely fucked. This is the thing. We've had 8 really major injuries. And I've said it before. I called the Timber injury. Aaron called it the Gabriel injury. We all called the Saka injury. How can we see it coming, right? But the thing is, with Ben White, I've said it before, playing for 3 months on a fucking bad knee, man. You can't do that and ever be fully fit again. Tommy Asu will never play 90 minutes again in his career, I don't think.
Jesus.
I don't think he ever will.
4 knee surgeries.
Yeah. Timber playing when he needed surgery after an ACL. When we go into next season, out of all 8 of them, Odegaard, Havertz, Saka, Rice, he needs back surgery, I think, or well, maybe not surgery, but his back's definitely at him. Timber, Ben White, Gabriel, right? Out of all of them,
Calafiori as well.
The odds of all of them having an injury-free season, it's impossible. At least 4 of them, at the minimum, will keep breaking down all the time next season. They will constantly keep breaking down because
Saka's the one, though, mate. Saka's the one because he flogs into left.
And he needs he needs a burst of pace. That's his whole game, is a burst of pace.
Yeah.
So, and Gabriel on the turn now, he's going to be, if the ball's played over the top, don't be shocked if it goes again. I'm still up to believe that part of the reason he signed that contract.
That should have been 1-0. That might be handball. Yeah, it's just kicked off. I'm going to wrap here. I think that might be a penalty. He's claiming handball. Sundown's nearly scored. Let me grab these super chats here. Let me just quickly watch this replay. Was it handball? Not sure. I can't see. It was too quick. Let me look at the slow-mo. Nah, his hands were over here. They won't give that. All that did it is hand. Big up to Joseph Connor Golden. Big up Lee and Shane. Transfer window rubbish so far. Yep. Especially for us. Yeah, we're way behind, mate. Like I said earlier, yeah, Man City have signed 10 out of 11 positions since January. Yeah, and they're looking at Livramento. Yeah, that'd be 11 positions. Every single position on the pitch they would have signed since Jan. Every single position. What have we done? Fuck all. Yeah, and we needed more work than anyone. Bullshit. Big up to MT. Lee, why don't you want Isak rather than Gyökeres? Isak have good games to goals ratio past 3 years, and Liverpool trying to sign him. MT, I like Isak. I like Gyökeres. With this manager, it don't matter who we sign. We can sign both of them. We're saying winning fuck all, bro. I swear, we ain't winning nothing with this manager, mate. But I do like Isak. I think he's a good player. Big up to you, brother. Yeah, and I bet you don't rate Odegaard. Big up my Norwegian G's, bruv. Big up to Matthias. Imagine Bayern Munich, Madrid having a manager for 5 years, no trophy. Never happened, bro. They barely keep him 5 months without a fucking trophy. Big up to Rich Moneymakers, 2-month membership. Bless the ledge. Designer t-shirt. Leave Arteta alone. Bless out to you, brother.
Just caught fire. That leave the geezer alone is caught fire.
I'm going to put it on the set. I'll swear down. I'm going to text Tao in the morning. That'll be on a t-shirt by the summer or at the end of the summer. By the transfer window, yeah, closing. Leave the geezer alone.
Because whenever he put a comment in the chat, it's just about 200 people just went, leave the geezer alone.
That was on the second channel. Yeah, bro, these people don't want to chat to me. They fucking get cooked. Yeah, they get cooked, bruv. They don't want to debate with me because I'll close every one of them. ABC always be closing, bruv. And I know he's watching. He's probably crying. Cry to your mum, cry to your nan. Nobody cares, bruv. Maybe go and get another deal at Crystal Palace or fucking Charlton or somewhere. QPR. Maybe go and interview another player, bruv, like for your connections. Free Palestine, guys. Big up to Big Dog. See, Fabrizio said Isak is Liverpool's top priority. Yo. Well, they ain't really spent a lot of money in the last 5 years. Yeah, and they earn more revenue than we do.
But Newcastle haven't either.
Almost like winning trophies gets you revenue, Shane.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? And it gets you a bit of pull with players as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Big up to Chris and Chips. What a name, bruv. Daniel Levy has higher standards than Arteta. Bro, he's waffling shit. I see that when I was having a dump earlier. They're like sitting there going, oh, we need to win the league and the Champions. What a ball. League and the Champions League. He's just a serial waffler. He's like most of these top gooners. Oh, that should have been 1-0. Oh, this game's end to end. Man like Eric, bruv.
They managed to flog a few, well, not even just hand out a few free tickets, but there's still only about fucking 2,000 people maximum at that game.
Yep, facts. Big up, Travis. I begged for $1.99. That's all I have, Lee. I don't mind, man. You could be on the boat with Skeps. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a little bit of pee in the bank, or maybe you ain't got nothing left now. Maybe you got nothing. I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left. Maybe you got an agent, bruv. Maybe an agent can help you out. Maybe I should get an agent. Imagine if I had an agent, bruv. Bruv, imagine that I have an agent. Why do you need an agent as a football fan, bruv? Like, what are we doing here? I just talk football. Like, I don't need an agent. Why do I need an agent, brother? Do you know what it is with these people?
You can say, I'm talking to my agent. That's the only reason he hasn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was with I Show Speed and Mr. Beast. Yeah, cool.
Sorry, it's my agent on the phone.
When the demographic changes, these men are finished. And it will change. Yeah. Sometimes it's young influence. I fucking hate that word. Who are you influencing, bruv? Yeah, that tells you, oh, I'm a social media influencer. What? So you're saying all the people that watch you are fucking retards, can't think for themselves?
They are, sadly. You know what I mean?
Wait, this game's sick. Wait, this game's lit, you know.
It is a decent game, yeah.
5 minutes in, it's end to end, 100 mile an hour. Big up to Max S. Arteta could have Madrid's whole squad. It wouldn't mean shit because he's not a good enough manager to adjust tactics to maximise the players he has. Facts. What phase is Kim Pangon in? Maybe we should go and get him.
Or her. Did you see? I couldn't tell what it was.
Non-binary, guys. Miguel Cardoso, guys. Miguel Cardoso. He looks like Espirito Santo, yeah, with a shorter beard, bruv.
My mate's the image of him, man.
No way.
It's an image of Espirito Santo, yeah.
Bro, there's a geezer who runs a fucking bar around the corner, a Cuban bar, yeah. He's the spitting image of R9.
Oh, really?
Was you let me show you this, bro. I swear, the picture's not the greatest because he's like, I'm sat down and he's leaning over. Yeah, bro, I swear, he's the spitting image of fucking R9, bro. Next time I go there, I'll get a proper picture, yeah?
He really does, actually. Yeah. He
When
really does.
but when you get face on rather than leaning down the camera angles, like, bro, I swear, I called him R9. There's a geezer who runs an Indian restaurant around the corner. He looks identical to Casemiro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time I go in there, yeah, I go, yo, Cass, what you saying? I pick up YOLO. More people at a Diddy party than at this game. Make sure you bring your shin pads, guys.
Bring your shin pads and boots, guys.
Bring your boots, guys. Bring your kit, guys. We need you to cheer for us, guys. I'm going to go on to the other channel, guys, and watch this game. Matty and DJB are going to join. After that, which is actually kind of worked out all right. This game's been delayed because now I can do the Inter Milan game without having to fill a void and fall asleep. So I'll probably do the Inter Milan game against Sergio Ramos FC. But Shane, always a pleasure, bro. His link's in the title, guys. What you got coming up on your channel, brother?
Yeah, as always, the full Irish tomorrow. Be going through the fixture list, cooking mutants as usual, and what else? Then the Bruce Banana. Then obviously Thursday night. I had to cancel it last time because of the fucking StreamYard acting up. That was a nightmare that Thursday. But yeah, so the full Irish every morning. A lot of people in the chat that are always there. But make sure you come over, show your support, smash the subs, smash the likes, and cheers for having me on, Lee. Absolute ball as always, man. Absolute ball as always.
Love. Bless up to everyone locked in. Big up Joshy for the raid as well. I am going to raid the other channel. Make sure you spam it with "Leave the Geezer Alone" raid, mates. And make sure you sub to Shane. Big up to everyone who's liked, shared, commented, donated. Still 1,100 people in here. 1 in the morning, guys. They can't do it like us, guys. Yeah, the amount of people that watch this channel at weird hours in the morning is crazy. So I appreciate you all. The average watch time's fucking fire, by the way. They can't do that either. 39p RPM, mate. You're doing it wrong, brother. Mine's about £9.50. But anyway, on that bombshell, mate, we're going to wrap the show, raid the other stream. And if anyone hasn't seen this, you're in for a treat. As soon as this ends, it's going to raid the other channel. I'll see you there. Love, Cronky out, mates.
Stan Kroenke, this message is for you. Straight from the heart of every Arsenal fan sat watching this video. Arteta, get out! Get out! Mikel Arteta has given everything to this club.
We're not in a title race. We're in a fucking battle for scraps like pigeons fighting over a chip.
The way he's built this team, the way the players believe in him.
We are fucking shit, mate.
The way the fans feel a sense of unity that was missing for so many years. We've gone from a team that was drifting to a team that's hungry for success.
I feel like I need to hold finishing workshops at training. Might as well teach them how to lace their boots properly while I'm at it. Honestly, if I was out any longer, we'd be out of the top 4.
But Stan, hunger isn't enough. It never is. This window was the moment. The chance to take this team to the next level. And yet here we are, still waiting for investment that should have been made.
Arteta has spent over 700 million, yeah, and you man got nothing up top, blood.
Still waiting for the signings that could have tipped us over the finish line. Still waiting for you to show us that you actually care.
I rated the window as a 7 out of 10. I think Arsenal have had a very good window.
The squad is thin, too thin. The injuries will come. Fatigue will set in. The pressure will mount.
This is the only bottle we'll be lifting this season. It has called the Bottled It Again water bottle.
And when it does, we'll look at what we have and wonder why. When we were so close, you chose not to give us what we needed.
At this point, I might as well sack myself since the club won't do it. I don't know what else I have to do to get sacked.
Instead, we're left with a sense of disappointment. A sense of what could have been. We're not asking for miracles. We're asking for the commitment to make this dream a reality.
The ownership pets my Lego head after every match telling me how beautiful it is. They can't keep glazing me.
We're asking for the belief that we're not just here to compete for top 4, but for trophies. Proper trophies. For glory. For the future of Arsenal Football Club. Stan, I want you to do one thing. Sign
Roberto Di Matteo, mate.
The 2024-25 campaign might be over, but one huge problem still remains.
I know it's if, buts, and maybes. I know we didn't win anything. If Man City had drawn one game out of that last 18, yeah, we would have won the league. That is how close these margins are.
They did draw one game against us. We should have beaten them.
Cool, they drew against... All right, if they'd drawn one more game, yeah?
How many times can I run around the Emirates in a full tracksuit on the hottest day of the year before I pass out or literally cannot move? Leave the geezer alone.
The scene stuff, yeah? So when I tell you that I, as a fan going, a match going fan, week in, week out, and I can see the difference Arteta has made. And you talk about getting over the line. First of all, nobody here is celebrating second. I am not celebrating second. I see a picture, yeah? I can see a picture, and I can see where the last pencil, the last crayon, the last brush stroke of the paint is going to end.
We are exactly what we did. Nearly at the back. You're starting to shoot.